I got this PC for free on Facebook in my neighborhood Facebook group. The reason I got it is because I saw a picture of some ceiling fans for sale, and I saw this orange MSI case in the background. This is a DIY PC, so I believe it's probably a pre-built. I've never even heard of Sigotep, and it's 600 watt. I am going to assume that this thing was never opened because it is dirty, dusty, nasty. It does have two fans in it, front and back. No hard drive or SSD or anything anywhere. I do not believe it has an M.2 SSD. It is an MSI A320M Pro, so might be good there. The HDMI port on that sucker is busted up. I don't know what happened there, but that's not going to work. It doesn't have a GPU. I'm assuming that it's going to have some type of AMD CPU in there, hopefully, and see what it actually is. So far, we figured out that the motherboard is probably okay. That HDMI port is probably cooked, though. We'll get everything out of here and look at it better. But we're about to find out what CPU this is. But the thermal paste, very nicely applied. It is a Ryzen 3 3200G. So that's not terrible. At least it's a 3rd gen. That's what I'm running. So it's not terribly old. I guess we just need some RAM and a drive to see if this thing will boot. We're going to have to steal some RAM out of... Okay, probably not that. I have RAM somewhere, don't I? I don't know. I don't think I have any DDR4 RAM laying around. But we have a brand new CPU cooler that came with my 5700G right there in that PC. So we're going to put it in there. Okay, we robbed a stick of RAM out of this computer, which I feel kind of bad about. And if this one works, obviously we'll put this good RAM back in here and maybe pick up some cheap RAM and then, you know, get this thing running by itself. Let's not worry about that right now. I hate these kind of fans. Let's plug those into the motherboard somewhere. If we have any open spots, that is. Okay, we don't have any open spots. Anyways, we're going to try to boot this thing and see if we can at least get something on a screen with that busted looking HDMI port. And yeah, I don't know. We're going to throw a SSD in there and see if she'll be good to go. Got everything plugged in to the absolutely wrecked HDMI port, which if this thing has any kind of display out, it just fell out. Damn it. And I'm pretty sure there's some type of serial port, or I don't know what this was, but it's missing completely. I turned the power supply on and nothing started on fire yet. It doesn't look like there's any lights on either. So let's push a button. Oh, we got color on the RAM. And lo and behold, no display out. So let's get a friggin' GPU or something and throw it in here and see if that works. My good friend Will here, he gave me this 750 Ti and that, what is that? The 970 up there. But this thing doesn't require any extra power cables, so I figure since this HDMI port is absolutely cooked, we're going to try this thing and see if we can get some type of video output. Try number 2. It is no longer making a hellacious noise, so that's good. Okay, it's not making a good noise, but... Oh! I saw something. Come on. Come on. Let's go, baby. We got a boot screen here. We say some sort of BIOS information, and unfortunately, this monitor is clocked sideways. Let me get a mouse and keyboard hooked up to this thing so we can move around this menu. Just went and grabbed some OS flash drives, and I usually just use this Windows 10 home code, and then when it updates to Windows 11, it no longer matters anyways. I have a Crucial 500 gigabyte SSD here. This thing does actually have a M.2 slot right there. I have no idea how good this GPU actually is. I'm gonna have to reroute all these cables. We have successfully mostly built a PC. We don't need any of these cables. There's the drive. I just mounted it from the backside right there with 2 screws. I rerouted all the cables a little bit so that they actually sit somewhat normal and away from the fans. We're going to throw the little 750 Ti back in there. Super cool little GPU. And it does work because we had display out and then the fan came on, and that's when I noticed that everything's kind of hitting stuff over here. This is what it looks like. It doesn't need to look good. We have an OS right there. We have a drive in it. This thing is brand new. I just bought it on like a Black Friday sale or something for like 20 bucks. I have a Crucial in another PC and it works perfect, and the drive is like 12, 15 years old. Let's put the GPU back in there and try to get going on something. Power on. Reboot and select proper boot device. Insert media and select a boot device. Okay. We're gonna go in the back. We'll plug this one into the back. See if any of these USB ports even work. Let's see if it'll boot from this flash drive. If not, I'll have to use the legit one, not the one I downloaded. Oh, I saw Windows flash on the screen. Maybe it's not gonna do anything. After doing a little bit of research on the phone and Googling some stuff, I figured out I had to change the BIOS compatibility mode from CSM to UEFI. Look at what we got going on now. We're about to install Windows 10 on this thing. For some reason, I couldn't get it to work with the 750 Ti and the DisplayPort on the 1440p monitor. I know nothing about this graphics card. We will have to plug this thing into the internet and update to Windows 11 or whatever real quick, but we have gig speed fiber now, so that's gonna take no time at all. I just don't know how many of these ports back here work. Since we're missing an entire display port of some type, that HDMI is absolutely cooked, and, well, the USB ports seem to be working. It doesn't have USB 3.0 on the front connector support on the motherboard, so we just got those two. We might have to get a little USB hub type thing and figure that out that way. This machine is running perfectly fine. We updated the NVIDIA drivers to the, well, I guess the newest version, which includes the 750 Ti, and it updated and gave me the other display as well, so I figured that might be what was going on. We're going to do a lot of updates, download driver easy, do some other driver updates. I don't think I'm going to touch the BIOS on this thing because it seems to work fine. The only other thing that I would like to do is possibly get a Wi-Fi adapter of some type, which might be kind of hard because the X1 port is right underneath the GPU right there. And then maybe get a set of sticks of RAM, some Team Group stuff that's like 25, 30 bucks. And that way we have Wi-Fi, and I can get my $60 RAM stick back and put it back in my other PC so that she has 32 back. But for now, this is what we're working with. We'll update you guys on the short video side on what we do with this thing. We got a perfectly running PC. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.